Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways that we can make a super healthy, either a smoothie or a creamy. So I hope you'll join me. You're going to love these. So I was out of town for a couple of days and I came home to 4 of these huge zucchinis. So let me show you one of the ways that I am going to use these in my smoothie. If you want to make these as a smoothie, you could do that. But for me, I'm making these in my Ninja Creamy, which basically comes out like ice cream, and it's honestly, I think it's like better than ice cream. So I'm gonna put a little bit of zucchini in. I'd say probably a half of a cup. And then I am gonna go ahead and pick one of these beautiful peaches that I picked this morning off of my tree. Now I leave the skin on my peaches. I don't take the skins off. I do just kind of check to make sure that everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this into some little slices. These are super ripe. When they're like this, they make wonderful jam. Really, really good jam. Now this particular smoothie, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Now this is a Greek non-fat yogurt. This is a vanilla flavor. It's very good. It's very good in these creamies. And then I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of sugar-free vanilla pudding. And this is gonna be what kind of thickens it up. So I'm gonna put about a tablespoon of that in there. And then I'm just gonna add some almond milk. And I just want this container full to the top. I know that this is gonna equal 1 creamy recipe. I'm just gonna put my lid on and get this all mixed up. And there you go. That's our zucchini peach smoothie, which we're gonna turn into a creamy. Now what I usually do is I usually take a little taste of it and just make sure if it needs any additional sweetener. Oh, that's really good. But I am gonna add about a tablespoon of monk fruit sweetener. All right, I'm gonna give that one more blend. And that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in one of my containers and freeze these. They have to freeze for 24 hours. And there you go. Now, if you don't like these little green specks in yours, no problem. Just peel your zucchini ahead of time, but I like the added health of having that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and freeze this at this time. Okay, so the next one that I'm gonna do is a chocolate plum recipe. Now these are my European plums that I picked off of my tree this morning. They are just absolutely wonderful. And I'm gonna just put 2 or 3 of these in my blender bottle here. And I just kind of cut them into little chunks. It just makes it easier to chop them up. Just like that. Try to get the ripest ones I can here. I'll probably put 3 of these in. I'm only gonna add a couple pieces of the zucchini to this. All right, we're gonna put our plums in. Now in this one, instead of the yogurt, we're gonna put in a little bit of cottage cheese. Now this is just a 1% cottage cheese. I'm gonna put in about 2 tablespoons. I'm gonna put in a little bit of monk fruit sweetener. And to this one, I'm gonna add a little bit of chocolate pudding mix. Now you can add cocoa powder, and many times I do. Today I'm just gonna put in the chocolate pudding mix. I wanna taste more of the plums. And if you're ever looking for a way to get your kids to eat fruit, smoothies and puddings and ice creams are really the way to go. All right, a little bit more almond milk. This is only 30 calories a cup. So you just can't go wrong with this. It's probably a little too full, but we'll see what happens. Now, if you're not a plum fan, you can substitute strawberries for this. Look how beautiful this smoothie came out. Beautiful. I'm just gonna pour that in. Look at that. Just gonna put the lid on it and put it in the freezer. So the last one that I am gonna do is going to be a nectarine smoothie. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of zucchini in this, right down at the bottom. And I am gonna add some of these wonderful fresh nectarines off my tree. Now I know they don't look real attractive, but they are. There is just, honest to goodness, there's not a lot of things in the world that I think are better than a nectarine that you can get right off the tree. So I'm just cutting this into little pieces like this. And if you have a little piece that doesn't look as good as the others, don't worry about it, just don't use it. No problem. This nectarine is perfectly delicious. Now I am actually going to put like 3 or 4 of these in. I love nectarines. They're almost one of my favorite fruits. Now, I don't like them from the grocery store, but I love them fresh off of my trees. So I think I'm gonna add 3, and I'm gonna add 3 pretty nice size ones. And there we go. So there's my nectarines. I've got a little bit of zucchini. This one I'm gonna add a little bit of vanilla pudding, about a tablespoon. Again, I'm gonna put some of my vanilla Greek yogurt, about 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, and the rest I'm putting my almond milk in. And give it a whirl. Oh my gosh, that is so delicious. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of monk fruit seasoning, not a lot. I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in my Ninja Creamy. Just like this. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and freeze that for 24 hours, and then I'll give them all a try later this week. So that's another fun way that I use fruits and vegetables out of the garden to make ice cream, smoothies, all kinds of really healthy and delicious things. These are very low calorie, very high sugar concentrate because of the natural sugar from the fruit ripening on the trees. So these are gonna be wonderful. I just can't wait for them to freeze and have them for a little snack in the evening. My husband and I usually split one of the Ninja Creamies. It makes about a cup. So each creamy makes about 2 cups of ice cream. So I hope that you'll give these recipes a try. If you've got fresh fruit, think outside the box. Boy, there's so many things you could do in the summer. Have a great day, everybody. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring the bell for future notifications. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.